Hey everyone, it's Jonathan Kim here, your host for Rethink Reviews on the TYT Network. This week we have a movie that is very, very special to me. It's the 1999 film The Iron Giant. The Iron Giant, an animated film? Why are we doing that one? This is not like other movies for kids in terms of the themes that it addresses, as well as the time frame that it takes place in, also just the look of the film. There are a lot of things that are special about this film, particularly the messages that it gives for kids. I'm always looking for movies that have very interesting messages for kids that go beyond believe in yourself and be nice to people, stuff like that. This movie goes way beyond that. A lot of people consider it to be one of the best non-Disney animated movies of all time. And after the review for The Iron Giant, stick around because I will be revealing the movie for our next show. So check that out, but until then, check out the review for The Iron Giant.
Oh no. It's dead. Don't do that!
Why?
It's dead, understand? They shot it with that gun. Hey, what's wrong?
Gun.
Yes. Guns kill.
Guns kill.
With the exception of Pixar movies, intelligent, original, thought-provoking animated films for kids are pretty hard to come by, since studios know that the big bucks and merchandising tie-ins more reliably come from loud, fast, slapsticky, cynical junk full of musical numbers, talking animals, fart jokes, and goofy sidekicks. But in 1999, a fantastic anomaly snuck its way out of the struggling Warner Brothers feature animation department. That film was The Iron Giant, ostensibly a kids movie that cleverly and creatively addresses adult issues like identity, mortality, nuclear war, and militarism, as it tells the story of a giant robot from space with no memory that crash lands on Earth and befriends a young boy named Hogarth. The Iron Giant takes place in 1957 in the fictional, aptly named town of Rockwell, Maine. But beneath Rockwell's idyllic surface is an undercurrent of fear from the threat of nuclear war with Russia, which has been freshly injected with paranoia over the recent launch of Russia's Sputnik satellite. This fear is personified by Kent Mansley, a G-Man and cold warrior voiced by Christopher McDonald, who's convinced that the Giant's non-American origins must mean that it's a communist or alien weapon that must be destroyed. In reality, the Giant, who's voiced by Vin Diesel of all people, has the mind of a puppy or a small child. So it falls to Hogarth, voiced by Eli Marienthal, to teach the Giant about life on Earth, including lessons on how to be a good guy taken from Superman comics. But when Hogarth and the Giant witness a deer that's been shot by hunters, the Iron Giant begins a frank look at mortality as Hogarth must explain the concepts of death, the soul, and how weapons like guns can kill to the confused Giant. This discussion takes on an added dimension when it's learned that the Giant automatically transforms into a powerful war machine when it feels threatened by any sort of weapon. Brad Bird directed The Iron Giant and would later direct the Pixar films The Incredibles and Ratatouille, both of which have challenging, somewhat unconventional messages for kids. But as much as I love those films, The Iron Giant is Bird's crowning achievement, in part because of the creative control he got while Warner Brothers Animation was in disarray after their costly Disney ripoff flop, The Quest for Camelot. That allowed Bird to make a movie that parents wouldn't just tolerate, but would actually enjoy as if it was made for them. The Iron Giant has tons of clever period touches adults will get a kick out of, including the Giant's Art Deco design, a beatnik character voiced by Harry Connick Jr., and spoofs of 50s sci-fi and a duck and cover nuclear safety movie. When Bird pitched The Iron Giant to executives, he said he wanted to base the movie on the question, what if a gun had a soul? That's an ambitious, risky premise to base any movie on, especially one for kids. But Bird pulled it off with tremendous emotion, humor, beauty, and intelligence. And the fact that The Iron Giant contains nuanced, heartfelt messages about weapons, war, and death puts it in a category by itself. What other kids movie addresses topics like these? And it's not that the movie is anti-gun. It just says that fear makes people violent, that weapons kill, and that death is a serious thing. Those are perspectives you'll rarely hear in kids' films, and especially video games. And if you think those ideas are too advanced for kids, they're going to learn about them sooner or later and probably already are anyway, so you might as well do it with a film that's fun and accessible for kids while treating these topics with the gravity they deserve. The Iron Giant is a very special film, one of my favorites ever, and it's something that kids and adults will get a lot out of. I'm Jonathan Kim for Rethink Reviews. The film we're going to do for our next episode is the 1936 original Reefer Madness, also called Tell Your Children. I'm sure you've heard of this. It's pretty much a punchline at this point, but this was a propaganda film put out to explain the dangers of marijuana. Obviously, the dangers go far beyond red eyes, a dry mouth, and a proclivity for snacks. It's a good movie to look at in terms of the drug war and the way that we've been, fighting the war on drugs or not fighting the war on drugs, and a lot of times passing propaganda that leads to harsh sentencing. It's a great historical piece for you to find out what was being said about marijuana, the lies that were being said about it. And this was marijuana. In 1936, I was much, much weaker than what we have now. Thank you, science. Reefer Madness is available on Netflix as well as on YouTube. You can watch the whole movie on YouTube if you like. Links are here for the various ones. So you have no excuse. Check it out. And right now you can watch a clip of Reefer Madness.